TDX has released a new tower called the Combat Drone. It is a new level lock tower at level 100 and costs $72,000. That is a lot of money. And this video will be a showcase where we will just play around with Combat Drone to see its true power. By the way, you might know me for my TDS content. However, I am moving on to TDX content. I will make another video about it soon where I go in detail about me quitting TDS. Anyways, let me give a quick description about the Combat Drone Tower. It is a very unique tower, and a very powerful one. In fact, it is the strongest tower in the game currently. The Combat Drone is an FPS tower, which means you can control it and shoot. The Combat Drone has two paths. Top path focuses on damage, while bottom path is used for support and crowd control. Enough talking. I will go into detail once we start playing. Alright, so TDX has 4 game modes which stand no chance against the Combat Drone. So why don't we go ahead and do Endless Mode? And to make it even harder, we will be doing it on 1.5x speed and auto skip. So if there is a boss wave, we will automatically skip it and have no choice, besides to keep defending. Speed is also a disadvantage. You will soon understand why. So I got a team of 4 people where we all will be bringing combat drones. Yes, our loadouts only have 1 tower, which is Combat Drone. Our plan is to get 2 people to do bottom path drones and 2 people to do top path drones. I will be a part of the top path drones group. We chose High Rise as our map as it is big and spread out. Once we got in game, we used the cash crate power up to get a quick boost of money so that we could place the combat drone on wave 1. The first few waves were pretty easy. We all were glued to our tablets and killed every zombie that got in our way. On wave 5, a disposalist spawned, which can spawn enemies in front. Since we can control our combat drones, I immediately got in control and killed it before it could spawn anything. And right after wave 5, a mutant ex-scientist spawned on wave 6. He is pretty tanky, but no match towards our combat drones. The following waves basically spammed these zombies, disposalist and other stuff. But since I do not want to bore you with all of the yap, I will not go through them. So let's skip over to wave 23. Remember when I said that 1.5x is a disadvantage to us while using the combat drone? Here is a good example of what I was talking about. I forgot what these zombies are called, but they are extremely quick, and you can see that I am having a lot of issues trying to kill it. It might be my trash aim, but the speed boost is still a disadvantage to us as it speeds up the enemies. On wave 25, the first of hundreds of bosses had came. The Plague Doctor. He is the easy game mode's boss, and he isn't that powerful. He has around 30,000 health, but our Reaper drones easily killed him while the X-22 combat drones focused on the enemies in front. This was around the time when we all started to max our drones. So let me explain more about the Combat Drone Tower. The Combat Drone is an aerial tower, which means it doesn't require a specific area to be placed and can be placed anywhere. This is really in impossible maps that are very small. Now let's talk about bottom path, also known as the Reaper drone. Like I mentioned, the Reaper drone gets an ability at level 4 and 5, which is called the Spotter ability. When it's used on an enemy, it will highlight the enemy and the enemy would be debuffed. The debuffs are that the enemy would be 50% slower and would take 30% more damage. It also works on bosses, but the debuffs are only half as effective, granting 25% slowness and 15% more damage. Now let's talk about its missiles. It is pretty self-explanatory. You can shoot these missiles at enemies, which does high splash damage. At max level, it would get pave missiles, which are a little different from regular missiles. The pave missiles can actually stun enemies, including bosses, which makes it even more OP for a support tower. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that the bottom path drone orbits at the middle of the map, which can nerf it as you can't get the best angles to hit the enemies. And the top path drone, also known as X-22 combat drone, is a DPS-focused tower. It has a Gatling gun that shoots normal bullets, which are very powerful. It does 2 times the damage when you are controlling the drone, does 3 times the damage if you get a headshot, and can do up to 7 times the damage when you are facing a boss. That's a lot of damage. It also has rockets. Nothing too special about it, but it does do a lot of splash damage. And how could I forget about the bombs? It is the best part about Combat Drone. Just throw one down in a crowd and it can magically make every enemy extinct. I am joking, but it is very powerful. The Top Path drone also has a shield ability. Use it and you are invincible for a few seconds, which is really helpful as drone cannot be buffed at all. Medic and EDJ will do nothing to the drones as it has the modifier called No Friendly Buffs. I also forgot that both of the paths have every type of detection too. Hey, if you have made it to this part of the video, then I assume that you are enjoying the video. So why not help me out and click the subscribe button for me? It really helps me out as I am just a small creator who makes videos during my free time, and videos like this takes me a lot of time. You should also join my Discord server if you want to get a chance to chat with me. Link will be in the description. Thanks. Back to the video. We basically were chilling for a while with our maxed out drones. The only problems we were facing were quick-moving zombies. I am pretty sure that I missed another boss, which was the revived Plague Doctor, but we ended up killing him quickly too. Wave 35, 2 Predators, and an Eradicator spawned. These were pretty hard to tackle as there were 3 bosses, but our X-22 combat drone's 7 times damage to bosses came in clutch, and we easily killed them. But on Wave 40, both the Eradicators spawned. Eradicator Mark I and Eradicator Mark II. These are the bosses from intermediate and expert game modes. The Reaper drones used their PAVE missiles to stun the bosses, and we spammed all of our bombs, rockets, missiles, bullets, whatever we had into the bosses. Suddenly, a bunch of avatars fell down from the sky. These avatars can spawn ahead of the map without needing to spawn at the entrance. This gave the Eradicators a lot of time to heal. Also remember the part where I mentioned that we are auto-skipping? Ended up that it was a very bad idea as on Wave 42, a bunch of Ravages just ran past our defenses into the exit. Ravages are a very tanky zombie that are extremely fast. I am pretty sure that they can debuff our towers too. And just like that, we died. So combat drones only managed to get to Wave 42. It is very good as we only used 1 tower. Keep in mind that we challenged ourselves to auto-skip and used a speed boost game pass. If we did do it legit, we could probably be able to reach at least Wave 70 and die to the Apex Predator. Anyways, I would recommend you guys to buy this tower if you want it as it's good for everything. It can be good for early game, support, late game, and it's extremely cheap. It's a lot of glazing, but it's truly very powerful. Sorry for the short video. I had another video planned, but in the end, I didn't really like it and gave up on it. Anyways, that will be it for today. See you guys next time.